Good evening, parents. I hope that most of you are in bed by now and that the students are as well, but I've received several questions last week and this week regarding something that you see in our spelling part of the homework, and that would be to mark words. You see, this week we have it on days 2 and 3 on this homework cover page, where you're choosing half the words on the first day to mark digraphs, consonant blends, digraph blends, bonus letters, and welded sounds, and then the latter half of the words on the next day. I will go ahead and tell you that it will be a little while before we see bonus letters and welded sounds in our spelling words, but we can go ahead and mark the digraphs, the consonant blends, and I'm even going to show you how to mark vowels and syllables and just consonants in general. I've provided a few examples. Let's see if it cooperates. You can see here on the description that Ms. Poulet created that goes on the back of our homework page. Digraphs are one sound made by two letters, as demonstrated by WH, W, CH, Ch, SH, Sh, TH, and CK, K. And we have some example words here as well. Consonant blends are where two consonants work together to make a very quick sound, but you can still hear each consonant's sound within that very quick sound, as in ST for step, ST for stand, as well as ND for stand. You can hear blends at the beginning or end of the word. Spread has a three-letter blend, SPR, spur. You can also have digraph blends, which are where you take a digraph such as CH with the consonant N, and the consonant and digraph blend together to make what we call a digraph blend. Bonus letters and welded sounds I'll explain in future weeks. To demonstrate the actual markings of the words, I've chosen a couple of spelling words from this week, as well as just another random word that I think illustrates the point well. The first spelling word I've chosen is if. Say your student created a sentence for the word if that reads, I can go if I clean my room. The first step in marking up the word if would be to put the brev above the vowel I, because I is a short vowel in the word if. Short vowels are always marked by a brev, or as we like to say in my classroom, almost like a smiley face. The next step would be to underline any consonants you may see, which we only have one consonant here in this word, which is the letter F, so we only get one little line under it. As if is only one syllable, we see one scoop underneath the entire word if. In foundations, we do what is called scooping of syllables, so one larger smiley face per se will scoop up the one syllable word of if. We say that the one syllable word of if is a closed syllable, and that is denoted by the letter C underneath the syllable scoop. We say it's a closed syllable because it is a syllable that has one vowel, being the letter I, and the end of that sound is closed off by a consonant. Now, a syllable can be closed off by a consonant, a digraph blend, etc., etc. But any syllable that were to end with a vowel would be considered open. This is considered closed because after the vowel, it has a consonant closing it off. Remember to mark that with the letter C. The next spelling word I've chosen to use to illustrate marking of words is which. Let's say, for example, that your child wrote the sentence, did she say which page? To go with the spelling word which. We would begin marking the word which by first putting the brev, or the little tiny smiley face above the vowel in this word, because I is a short vowel. We'll show you at a later date how to denote vowels that make other sounds. In the word if, we underlined the letter F because that was a consonant that made a sound, but the other two sounds we hear in which are W made by WH and Ch made by CH. You'll notice that the two letters have one collective underline at the beginning. These two letters have one collective underline at the end because digraphs are made by two letters that make one unique sound. Each sound in Foundations gets underlined, hence the digraph only getting one underline, even though it's made of 2 letters. Which is also a one-syllable word, hence the one large syllable scoop spanning the length of the entire word. It is a closed syllable, also being denoted by the letter C here, because closed syllables are syllables that have one vowel, in this case we have the vowel I, closed off by one sound. In this case, the one sound is just being made by 2 letters, but it closes the syllable, meaning that we need to put a little C underneath to remind us it is a closed syllable. I know this seems a little bit intense at times, but this really does help the children to understand why letters make the sounds they do and helps them to read much more fluently. While not a spelling word this week, I've also chosen the word best because it has what we call a blend at the end of the word, which is marked slightly differently from the other sounds I've shown you. Let's say that your child wrote the sentence, "Mom likes roses the best," as their sentence to illustrate the spelling word best. We would, of course, start by marking the vowel in this word, which is E. It is a short E, as it says so it's marked with the brev. Next, we would start marking the other sounds of the word. At the end of best, we hear the blend st saying st. Hence, we have a line under each letter in the blend s and t. It does not get a continuous line as ch and ch, because ch makes one unique sound created by 2 letters. St says st, but you can still hear the sound each consonant makes in that blend. I messed up and I did not underline the B in this word. I should have, because B makes its own sound, B, and should have gotten its own little dash. Thank you for your understanding in this. So just imagine we've put one little line under the B. We know that best is a one-syllable word, so it has one large scoop under the syllable. It is what we call a closed syllable because it is a one-syllable word, only has one vowel, and it's closed off by a couple of sounds here, S and T making the blend st, but it's not left to be a vowel at the end of the syllable. It's closed off by some sounds, so it is a closed syllable. I hope this helps. I do apologize for the time of night that I'm posting this, but I hope that you find it useful throughout the week and in future weeks, and I will be glad to update it with any future types of sounds that we happen to see in our spelling words that we need to mark, and I will also be glad to answer any other questions you may have about homework. Thank you so much for your patience as we all learn this together.